dimly lit corners where the boundary between the known and the unknown blurs, the Lesser Key of Solomon stands as a shining light to those who dare to peer into the darkness. This text, wrapped in the shroud of centuries, is more than a collection of esoteric knowledge. It is a gateway to realms that whisper in the night, realms that stretch the fabric of reality until it tears, leaving behind scars that may never heal. The Grimoire, falsely attributed to the ancient wisdom of King Solomon, is divided into 5 ominous books, each a Pandora's box of the occult, waiting for the unwary to unlock its horrors. The book is believed to have been confiscated and buried by King Solomon, but was long after discovered and attributed to him by the devil in disguise as a wise old man who claimed this be the true source of fabled king's power. Power that gave him the ability to fly and navigate the winds and speak with the animals and control demons. However, these powers are attributed to his prophetic status and not black magic, the invocation of the damned. Within its pages, the Lesser Key of Solomon meticulously catalogues the names, sigils, and summoning rites for 72 demons, entities of such malevolent power that their mere mention sends shivers down the spine of the brave and the foolish alike. These demons, once princes and kings in the infernal hierarchy, now lie in wait, bound by the words of the Grimoire, for a chance to breach our world. The book's explicit instructions on how to bind these entities to the sorcerer's will have drawn the ire of Christian scholars throughout the ages, who have decried it as a manual for heresy and witchcraft, a guidebook for those seeking to walk hand in hand with the devil himself. Yet, the allure of forbidden knowledge is a powerful siren call, leading many to their doom. The Lesser Key of Solomon is not just a book, it is a test, a trial by fire for those who seek to wield power beyond their station. To meddle with its contents is to invite catastrophe, for these demons are not mere folklore or superstition. They are ancient, cunning, and infinitely malicious, their intentions hidden behind veils of deception and seduction. To summon them is to play a game where the stakes are one's soul and sanity. The controversies surrounding the Lesser Key of Solomon stem not only from its dealings with the demonic, but also from the tragedies that have followed in its wake. It is said that those who traverse too deeply into its secrets find themselves ensnared in a web of obsession, madness, and even death. There are tales of magicians found lifeless, their eyes wide with terror, in rooms sealed from the inside, with the grimoire lying open beside them. Others whisper of sorcerers who vanished into the night, leaving behind only their absence and the tale, etched permanently in the ether as if blasted by an unseen inferno. Despite the aforementioned warnings, the Lesser Key of Solomon continues to ensnare those who seek power, wisdom, or simply the thrill of the unknown. It is a testament to the human desire to explore the unexplored, to touch the untouchable. But with each soul that it claims, with every life it unravels, the grimoire's legend grows darker, a grim reminder of the price of reaching beyond the veil. The Lesser Key of Solomon remains a seminal work in the annals of Western esotericism, its influence undiminished by time or condemnation. Yet, those who pursue its secrets must ask themselves whether they are willing to pay the price, for in the pursuit of power over demons, one might very well become the demon themselves, trapped in a cycle of horror that knows no end. This is the legacy of the Lesser Key of Solomon, a legacy of darkness, of beings that lurk in the space between breaths, and of a horror that whispers your name in the dark, promising power, but delivering only the abyss. The eerie vanishing of Edward Blackwood. In the dense fog that perpetually shrouded Victorian London, Edward Blackwood, an esteemed scholar known for his insatiable appetite for the occult, found himself ensnared by the mysteries of the Lesser Key of Solomon. His reputation in the shadowy corners of esoteric study was unparalleled, his dedication to uncovering the arcane, unyielding. The Grimoire, a forbidden tome said to be penned by King Solomon himself, offered knowledge of summoning demons, a temptation too compelling for Edward to resist. Night after agonizing night, Edward's sanctum became a prison of relentless study and dark experimentation. The air thickened with the scent of ancient parchment and candle smoke as he deciphered the arcane scripts. His obsession with summoning a principal demon from the Grimoire's pages led him to undertake a ritual of such perilous power. It was whispered only in hushed tones, even among the boldest magicians. On an evening cloaked in anticipation and dread, Edward commenced the ritual. The streets of London were silent, save for the distant tolling of a bell, as otherworldly lights flickered within his study, casting long, sinuous shadows against the drawn curtains. Unearthly sounds, a cacophony of whispers and cries from beyond the veil of reality pierced the night, sending shivers down the spines of those few witnesses who later spoke of the event in terrified whispers. By dawn, Edward Blackwood was no more. His study, found untouched save for the open grimoire on his desk and the lingering traces of otherworldly presence, bore no sign of his fate. He had vanished, leaving behind a legacy of fear and speculation. Some say he crossed into a realm from which no soul returns, a prisoner of the very forces he sought to command. Sarah Jennings's descent into madness. In the modern era, Sarah Jennings, a young and ambitious student of the occult, stumbled upon a digital copy of the Lesser Key of Solomon in the vast, unregulated expanse of the internet. Drawn by tales of its ancient wisdom and dark power, she embarked on a journey into the Grimoire's secrets, oblivious to the demons that began to stalk her every step. As Sarah read deeper into the grimoire, the world around her began to warp and twist. Objects in her apartment shifted in the night, unbidden. Shadows at the corner of her vision danced and mocked, and an omnipresent gaze bore into her, unseen yet palpably malevolent. Friends and acquaintances recoiled from her, disturbed by the palpable aura of darkness that seemed to envelop her. Despite her growing terror and the chaos unfolding around her, Sarah's fascination became an obsession. She could not tear herself away from the grimoire's influence, even as it consumed her life, her sanity fraying at the edges. The disturbances escalated, whispers in the dark, figures lurking just out of sight, a relentless feeling of doom. Sarah was no longer sure where the grimoire's influence ended and her own mind began. The two intertwined in a macabre dance toward oblivion and her death. The doomed fate of Ashwood. Ashwood, a once thriving town nestled in seclusion, faced ruin. Desperate for salvation, its people turned to an ancient power, guided by a stranger whose charisma masked his true intentions. The Lesser Key of Solomon was their salvation, or so they believed, as they sought to summon a spirit of prosperity. Under the cloak of night, the townsfolk gathered, echoing chants rising into the darkness. The air vibrated with the hum of something ancient and terrible awakening. When the ritual concluded, a silence fell, deep and suffocating. For a moment, hope flickered in the hearts of the participants, until the consequences of their actions began to arrive. Crops withered to dust overnight, livestock sickened and died without cause. Accidents and illnesses, inexplicable and numerous, ravaged the population. The devil they had summoned, far from the benevolent force they had hoped for, was an emissary of destruction. The town of Ashwood descended into chaos, its streets haunted by loss and despair. In a final act of desperation, the townspeople sought to banish the entity they had brought forth, but their efforts were in vain. Ashwood became a ghost town, its few remaining inhabitants mindless shadows of their former selves, cursed to endure the repercussions of their folly. Whispers of Ashwood's fate serve as a chilling reminder of the price of tampering with forces beyond human understanding, a grim legacy of a town erased by its own hubris and the dark allure of the Lesser Key of Solomon. The Lesser Key of Solomon, a legacy of intrigue and caution. Through these tales and countless others, The Lesser Key of Solomon continues to evoke a mixture of fascination and fear. Its legacy as a grimoire is not just in the magical practices it outlines, but in the stories of those who have dared to explore its depths. Whether viewed as a profound work of spiritual wisdom or a dangerous tome of forbidden knowledge, its impact on the occult traditions of the West is undeniable. As with any exploration of the unknown, the Lesser Key of Solomon serves as a cautionary tale about the price of delving into realms beyond our understanding, reminding us that some doors, once opened, cannot be so easily closed. If you enjoyed this video, then like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.